Hey guys, Kyle McMahon here. I am here on the lawn, the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol for the 30th anniversary of PBS's National Memorial Day concert. We've got an incredible lineup for you, including Miss Patti LaBelle, Mr. Sam Elliott, and so much more. Stay tuned.
You've had a extremely successful career, winning awards with film, TV, stage. What I want to know is, what has it been like for 23 years to play Fat Tony?
I've been actually doing it for more like 28 years.
Oh, is it 28 now?
Yeah, I came in season 3, so I think they're on season 31 or 32. So I started in 1991, so I've been on actually quite a bit. But it's been, been great.
It's a mainstay of The Simpsons.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So you're here once again for PBS National Memorial Day concert. What does that mean for you? You know, you're here with your support every year, nearly, and why is that so important to you?
Well, this is my 18th year doing the concert, and it's because I really feel it's probably the most important thing I do every year, because it's my chance to kind of, in my small way, pay back all the men and women who've made this ultimate sacrifice for us to live in the country we live in. I've had a pretty good life. Beyond playing Fat Tony for 28 years, my life's been pretty good. It's Memorial Day is just very, very important, because it's the holiday that, without that holiday, there is no reason to have any other holidays. So I just feel it's our most important holiday, and I'm glad to represent it.
I love that, sir. And finally, the reading that you just did is such a powerful story. What does that mean to you, and where are you getting that from to give that performance?
Well, I mean, I've been doing just even the fact of doing this concert as long as I have, I've realized that there are hundreds and hundreds of stories very similar to that one, and that's what makes it so emotional and so hard to even comprehend, but also what makes it very important. So I figure, look, what I'm doing is very insignificant. If I can hopefully bring my whatever talent I have as a performer to bring these words. This is not make believe. I'm recounting history here, right? And the history of what these, in this instance, what these two men went through. So it's a privilege to be able to do that, and so hopefully I'm doing them justice. That's all I hope to do.
I'm so excited to talk to you. 24 is one of my favorite shows of all time. President Palmer was like my hero as a president. It's what I thought a president should be. So I love.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. What was it like playing that character for so long?
Oh, it was great. I mean, it was absolutely fabulous. I just thought about what it would be like to be in a country with that kind of president, and I just said, okay, that's what my goal was.
That's awesome. And then for today, we're here for PBS a National Memorial Day concert, 30th anniversary. Mm-hmm. What is that like for you to be performing here today?
Well, personally, I'm honored to be here, especially on the 30th. You always want to get a nice round year. 10, 20, 30, it's perfect. And I love this concert. I've done it once before. And all those old feels are coming back.
Right.
So yeah, it's amazing to be here. It's really an honor to be a part of it.
And in particular, for the reading that I just heard was extremely powerful. Where do you get that from? Where do you find it within you to come up with a reading like that?
Empathy. And you feel. I mean, it's in the text. You know what it's like. I played a lot of military characters in my day, so I know somewhat, what they're going through. I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan 6 times, so with the USO. So I see these guys. Right. I see them when they go out on patrol, and I see them when they come back, and it's a very extreme difference.
Well, thank you so much for talking to me, sir. What can we look forward to for you next?
Actually, there's 3 films. One's out right now called Breakthrough. You can see that in theaters now. I have Secret Obsession coming out on Netflix in July, I believe. And most likely in September, Playing with Fire. Awesome. change things up a little bit, and bring out a little comedy.
Okay. I'm really excited about your upcoming Hulu anthology. Would you mind giving just me a little bit?
It's already been on.
It already came out.
Yeah, so that's my advice. Just go find it. Yeah, they're really creepy movies. Yeah.
They're okay. So I'm a
There's
huge horror
series
fan.
oh well, you're gonna like it. They're super creepy in the way that, Blumhouse
Yes,
co-produced
absolutely.
it, and so it has that Blumhouse vibe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what was it like working with
That gang, yeah, great. I mean, I loved working for Hulu and Blumhouse. It was a really good movie. James Roday wrote it and directed it, and it's super creepy, like too creepy for me to watch.
Okay, and then for your performance today, for the National Memorial Day concert, you are co-hosting, and you've been here before as a presenter. What is that like for you to now move into a co-hosting role?
I mean, it's a real honor. I love watching Gary and Joe do it every year. And 2 years ago, I was fortunate enough to play a part. And then last year, I got asked to play a part. And I just love it so much. I love the concert. Like, I'm a massive fan. I would come whether I had a part or not. So I think, this is a tremendous honor to be part of it in this way and keeping Gary's seat warm.
And what can we look forward to from you next as a performer?
Oh, Lord, I don't know. I have no idea. I got to get through this, and then I'm going to do an episode of the West Wing Weekly, and then I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah.
cool.
Hopefully the kids are all right. We'll come back. Hashtag
Yes.
Save the Kids Are All Right.
So, Alyssa, you were on American Idol not once, but twice, and there's not that many people who can say that. What was that like for you?
It was crazy because, the first season that I did, I was full of nerves, had no idea what I was getting into. I had no connections to the music industry whatsoever. But then, I learned a lot. I came back the second year, and I really took it by the reins, and I'm so grateful that I had this platform to be exposed to so many people. And we're getting to sing at this.
Absolutely, which great segue into my next question, which was, how does it feel to be performing at the Capitol for the 30th anniversary of the National Memorial Day concert?
The 30th anniversary is a huge deal. So the fact that you guys asked me, first of all, I want to ask why. And then number two, thank you. I'm super excited. I really, really am. Every single rehearsal we've done so far, it's been fun.
And what can we look forward to with your performance?
You can look forward to lots of emotion. I think this, whenever I sing this song, I end up tearing up at the end of it. It's very, very emotional for my family and I, for everyone, obviously. So I'm ready to do it justice tomorrow. It's going to be great.
Awesome. The song that you performed, that is an extremely powerful song. What does that mean for you to be performing that for the 30th anniversary of the National Memorial Day concert in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, it's special, man. I mean, it's special anytime we have the opportunity to play this song, but particularly with this setting and this weekend. And, the song was written to honor the men and women that this show is meant to honor. So for it to have this platform and for us to get to have this experience is really, really special.
And what does this mean to you to be performing for Memorial Day on the west lawn of the U.S. Capitol?
It's really, really cool. We've played some really cool venues in our 11, 12 years of doing this, but it's hard to top this right here. And this is the kind of thing that, I can go home to my 4 kids and show them pictures and videos of this kind of thing, and they can watch it on TV, obviously. And it's bigger than just a concert. It's bigger than just music, and it's something that I can. It's a tool that I can use to teach them. I had a grandfather retire out of the Navy and one in the Air Force, and along with my parents, they instilled in me the importance of honoring these men and women and the sacrifices that they make and their families. And it goes even beyond our military. I mean, our police officers and our firefighters and nurses and teachers. I mean, I could go on and on. It's really, really cool, and I'm just honestly just thankful for the opportunity. And God has blessed me with a lot of cool opportunities, and this is certainly one of them.
Well, thank you. And finally, what can we expect next from you regarding music and on the road?
Well, this is the first single. The ones that didn't make it back home is from a brand new album called Late Nights and Long Necks that'll be out in July 26th, and my 5th studio album, and I'm excited about it. Every artist says every album they put out is the best one they've made, but I actually mean it this time. And, to be able to say 12 years into my career that not only is it my best project, I had more fun making this album than I have any in my career, I think is a mouthful. So I'm excited for people to hear it.
Awesome. Thank you. I love your entire body of work, and I got to ask you, though, there's not many people that can say that they performed on a track with the President Barack Obama. Yeah, what was that like for you?
It was crazy. It was obviously a song that I'd sung, quite a few times.
Right.
So it was refreshing to, see it in a different way, in a different light. And then when you add 44 into the mix, it guarantees to be a neat experience.
Yeah.
And it was that.
And it was, I think I read it was the only chart hit featuring a president ever in history.
How about that?
It's
I like being the backup singer to that one.
Absolutely. So you are here once again for the PBS, the 30th anniversary of the National Memorial Day concert. What does that mean to you?
Anytime I've had the opportunity to stand on this stage and just pay tribute to the men and women who do so much for us, it's kind of the easiest yes that anyone will ever get from me. We often, I sing and dance and act for a living, right? But there are jobs out there that are way more important than that. And if what I do can be of service to those men and women who do that, well, then I think there's no higher calling for me, and there's no instance in which I feel as someone who is just contributing something a little bit that's more meaningful than what I normally get to do.
Right. And so back for career-wise, you're doing a project, or you've just finished a project with Ava DuVernay, right?
How about it? When They See Us.
Yes, I'm really excited for that, and I had a tiny part in Selma with which she directed, and she treated every single person. She is such an incredible woman, and I wanted to know what your take is on that, working with her, especially on a project like this, which is, in my opinion, a very important project.
Josh Jackson, who is also starring in the movie, he said it best recently. He said, she creates an environment of love and has a very high expectation. She sets the table for you to enjoy where you are, and when everyone feels valued, they feel invested in a very personal and different kind of way. Mm-hmm. And then she expects that you would do your best, and that's exactly what that project was. It's moving. It is stark. It is hard to watch at certain moments, but it's absolutely important that this story is being told at this time, at this moment in time where we are.
Yeah, and I love that she is such a risk taker. She's not afraid to do pieces like that, which is not only important for art but for culture.
I think if you look at things through a cultural lens, you can sometimes miss the significance of it, quite literally. I think that it can be reductive sometimes to see it just as, this is a hot new thing that's happening. Right. This story is 30 years old. It is truly a dark moment in our society as a whole. We saw 6 victims, at an inflection point in their lives. None of them will ever be the same. The 5 young men and the young woman who was attacked in the park, and her life was altered forever. I think that we can get lost in the sensationalism of those things and absolutely forget that there are real living and breathing people who are loving and living and suffering through these moments. To be able to tell that story with an artist like Ava, it is the epitome of importance. It is serious work, and it's treated, I think, with the utmost care. And I think that it'll reflect it when the audiences get a chance to see it.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it. And just one last question. Doing work like this, because, I just got to thinking now that you've done Hamilton, which is very similar in the fact that it's not just entertainment, it's art, and it's more importantly, it's been a culture, conversation starter for conversations that need to happen. Hamilton was very much, think of all of the people that would have never gone and seen a Broadway play, had it not been spun in the way that it was spun. You were a hugely successful part of that. And then the same thing with this. Are you choosing roles like that on purpose, or is it just kind of the universe that it's kind of happened that way?
I wish to God that I could say that I, just sort of sit in my in my office at home and say, I'm going to do this part, not this one. And do that. It doesn't work out that way. I think I'm a living witness to the fact that you put good out in the world, good comes back to you. I believe that my path has been divinely ordered, and I have had the benefit of working with some of the most tremendous artists of our generation. And I don't say no when they come a calling. I'm willing. My aim in this world, in my life and in my career, is to be useful, is to be of use, is to be of service. And whether it be Lynn and Tommy Kail or Ava, or pick anyone that I've had a chance to work with, it's always refreshing to know that I'm doing things that have that are of substance, right? That are meant to say something, that are meant to start a conversation, that are meant to reflect us. I think that that's the part to me that is where I just sort of throw my hands up and say, thank you, God, for entrusting me with these moments. And I think it's also a testament to just knowing how to work with people. More than the product, the finished product, it's about being in the room for the artists, right? It's about the hang. It's about the collaboration and the spontaneity and the trust that happens and the ability to just be as raw and as available to the material as you possibly can be. And I feel that way when I'm performing on this stage or in front of the camera, hopefully behind the camera soon. My aim is to just continue to tell stories, continue to celebrate the humanity in all of us and what we go through.
I love that, man. That is so inspirational. Thank you so much for talking to me, man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. As always, please give me love if you liked it, literally liked the video, and share with a friend. Subscribe if you want more content just like this. I love doing this for you guys, and it's awesome to be here on the U.S. lawn of the United States Capitol on Memorial Day. Am I right? So, PBS, National Memorial Day, and that's all. Thank you for, thanks.